Previously on Squad Sprint.
Round 11 of the championship here at Silverstone. No, they won't keep it clean. Off go two Red Bulls and a Toro Rosso. Are they going to make it through the corner? Oh, yes, they are. James doesn't know. A huge slide. Lap 2 out of 5. Awesome. Either side now of Eternal Veloce. 3 into 1 won't go. Because here comes Veloce Formula Danny. Once again, regaining the lead in the World Championship. He wins the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. 11 races down, 11 races to go in the Veloce Esports Squad Sprint. Welcome along to Baku, here in Azerbaijan, as we get ready to go racing around one of the fastest street circuits in the world. 20 turns, a 6-kilometre lap, and making his debut here today in the series at the 11th hour, it's Veloce Surprise. What can he do? Can he win on his debut? He will start this race from pole position. The Baku City Street Circuit can throw up drama at the best of times. Imagine what's going to happen when you send the Veloce Squad Sprint guys for a race around it. That's right, it's going to be absolute carnage. Let's have a look at the starting grid. Veloce Surprise, as I mentioned, starts on pole in his debut in the series. John Isaac Harris is alongside him. Nerin starts from 3rd, Joe Eternal Welks lines up from P4, and Arava starts from P5 with Brembo in P6. Starting 7th, it's Alexander Doniaden. Primero lines up in 8th. 9th in the grid, it's Tom Storm Lartelo. Tom Martinez starts from 10th. 11th in the grid is Tiamat Marak. Photon is P12. 13th in the grid, Veloce Alonso, and Veloce James starts from 14th. And on the back row, Flying Finn 15th, and Formula Danny, the championship leader, starts from the very back. As always, folks, let us know in the comments below who is your driver of the day. Well, it's one of the most hotly anticipated races of the Squad Sprint series. That's right, we're ready to go racing here in Baku, and the 5 red lights are out, and away they go. It's a poor start here. On board with Eternal Veloce, he's been swamped by the pack. Brembo goes through. Arava also tries to follow through on the outside, but it's the perfect start up front for the debutant Veloce Surprise. He leads through turn 2 as Eternal Veloce comes to grief with Nerin. No damage done though. Neither go for a spin as Arava now goes alongside Eternal Veloce, running down towards turn 3 on the opening lap, over 195 miles an hour into the braking zone. In comes Photon, and he collides with Storm and Arava, and the 3 of them come to grief. On board with Tom though, who negotiates his way through the chaos and up into 7th place. So gaining some ground is Tom 97 HD at the start of this race. Off the road goes Primero now. Another place gained for Tom. Dramatic scenes at the start of the Squad Sprint here in Baku. Sonch now and Eternal Veloce doing battle, and they've come to grief. They're tied up against the barrier, and Tom says thank you very much. That's 2 more places for me. On board now with the championship leader, Formula Danny. Started last, or P16, he's now up to P8 as Primero bounces off the barriers once again on this opening lap. Half the field overtaken in half a lap from the championship leader. Impressive stuff from Formula Danny as we go on board with Veloce James, who's also made a storming getaway. Already onto the back of Nerin, both drivers sliding wide though at the final braking point on the racetrack. From this point on, it's flat out to the finish line. Nerin and James going to go battling side by side. Here they go, down towards the final kink on the racetrack and over the line. This is where the slipstreaming starts. Here comes Tom into the toe behind James. He's going to pull alongside and surely take 3rd place away. But here comes Sonch on the opposite side. 3 wide into turn 1. Sonch tries to switch back and hits James, and they come together. James slides off the road, drops down for the order. Sonch seemingly gets away with it, and Tom carries on in P3. Drama everywhere you look, and now there's more contact, several cars involved. James off the road again, and we'll need to see a replay of that one because it's all happening far too quickly here in Baku. Crazy stuff as Primero fends off Sally in the battle for 7th and 8th. This is absolutely mental. Let's have a replay on board with Tiamat Marak then from the start. Running wide at turn 1, took the cautious outside line, got forced wider, and down into turn 2, was late on the brakes, hit Sonch, but seemingly got through without any drama and carried on his way. This is Donny then off the line, P7 on the grid. Oh, Into the wall he goes before they get to the first corner. And he actually enters the first corner backwards. Oh dear. Not a good start for Donny Aden. So this is lap 2. This is James then. And Storm and Eternal Veloce. Oh my goodness me. Goodness gracious. Ben, quite literally, slamming into the back of them. He doesn't care. No sign of the brake pedal. Bang! Straight into them. James takes off into the sky. Unbelievable. Carnage. Absolute carnage here in Baku. And I expected absolutely nothing less. Tom 97 HD, he's P3 at the moment. Veloce Esports P2 in front of that. Veloce Primero P7 on board with him at the moment. On lap 2 out of 5 as Nerin bounces off the barrier, hits the wall and drops down the order. So a sore one there for Nerin. Points on offer for him today, but he's dropping out of them with mistakes like that. Formula Danny up to P5 now, Sally in P7 as we go back to James, who has landed after his economy class flight to wherever the heck he went to, because he took off into the sky. As we go back on board with Nerin, P8 at the moment on lap 2 out of 5. Quite a bit of field spread between the drivers due to the amount of carnage we've seen in the opening few laps. On board now with Veloce Primero, ahead of Sally Saltunk in the battle for 6th and 7th. Is Sally going to make that move on for Primero? He needs to minimise the championship damage to Formula Danny, so overtaking him would be vital, and he's going to go past him now on the outside before they get to turn 1, and through goes Sally up into P6. At the moment he's going to lose out 2 points to Formula Danny, who's in P5 at the moment. But as I say that, we go on board with Formula Danny, and he's looking to make more ground. He's attacking Sonj, Sally's brother. Tom struggling for any kind of straight line speed. Sonj tries down the outside. Danny backs out of it. Tom and Sonj rubbing wheels, trading paint there against the barrier. Now Danny fancies an opportunity up the inside and takes P4 away from Tom. Waited for his moment to arrive, and Danny pounces. The Hungarian moves up into P4. Tom down to P5, and Sonj for now is holding on ahead of those guys, but can they catch up on John Izaharis, who we know doesn't have much pace as we've seen so far in the squad sprint? So that is going to be one to watch, and there's Arava slowing down and causing utter carnage there. A lap down, messing it up at the castle section with all the other drivers, causing total chaos, and that's throwing this wide open. Formula Danny now moves ahead of Sonj. Tom in P5 under pressure from Sally as they go into the braking zone, and Sonj barges into the back of Formula Danny, goes for a deserved spin and loses lots of ground, but Arava getting himself involved in the chaos, and well, I didn't expect that, but the McLaren driver a lap down, smashing into the rest of the field and causing absolute chaos. Surprise out in front, dominating the race. No surprises there. We know how good he is, we know how quick he is, and well, if he's got no points and it's his first race, he starts from pole position. That's how it works, and you got to feel he could be winning quite a few of the upcoming races if he starts from the front quite often. Primero then on board with them in P6, lap 4 out of 5 here in Baku. On board now with Tiamat Marin, who's in recent races been struggling for some solid points. He's up the inside of Eternal Veloce into turn 1, and he's got a huge third from behind from Storm, and I think Eternal Veloce get thumped by Storm, and then Ben also get thumped by Storm. As we go back to the action near the front, Tom in P4, Sally P5, Primero in P6. Who's coming out on top? Here's Sally with a switchback on the inside of Tom, barges his way up the inside. Is he through? Tom fends him off, does really well, and now Primero is having a look at Sally. Has a look up the inside, can't do it. It's an extremely tight area of the racetrack, the tightest area on the Formula 1 calendar this. And that's probably why Arava decided to use that area of the circuit for his roadblock in the McLaren. Very clever stuff from Arava. Never too far from controversy in this series, is he? On board with Donny then, P11 at the moment. He's got a queue of cars behind him. Nerin right behind him. At the moment, no points being picked up by Veloce Donny then. Can he change that in the lap and a half that remains as we go back to Primero, who is still racing with Sally and Tom? Is Sally going to find a way past Tom on this occasion? as they go down towards turn 1. I mean, it is a huge DRS zone, a huge slipstreaming opportunity, and we've predicted this might happen. Here comes Formula Danny. He's caught up on Isa Harris, and he is through as they start the final lap up into P2, and as he's strengthening his grip on the championship lead as Sally and Tom come close together into turn 1, and Sally has got that move done up into P4 as Veloce James bouncing off the barrier, and Brembo round the outside takes P8. It's not been a good day at all for Veloce James, and Photon as well struggling, not in good form at the moment, but James trying to come back at Brembo, going to go down the outside of Jack McConnell. Can he do it as they reach the brakes at the turn 3? Oh no, he's not. Into the wall. He and Brembo go, and they both drop further into the clutches of the cars behind. A really messy race here in Baku, as we predicted. Carnage everywhere you look. Brembo and James continue their battle, and it's James with the upper hand in P8. Brembo down to P9 on this final lap. Now on board with Tom, trying to go back at Sally, who after 11 rounds has yet to win a race in this championship, but is in the championship hunt. He isn't going to win this one either, so you got to wonder, when is that first win ever going to come for the Flying Finn? Doesn't look like it's going to come today, but they're all catching up on Veloce Isa, and are they going to rob Isa of a first ever podium finish in the series before the checkered flag? We've seen it before with Lance Stroll and Valtteri Bottas. Is it going to happen here to poor old John Isa Harris as they come round the final corner towards the finish line? Veloce Surprise has won on his debut in the tier in the series. Good job from him. Not surprising, we know how quick he can be as they come across the line, and look, he's done it. He has outdragged Isa to the line. What a shame for the dirt rally specialist, and Sally snatches it away. That's a real shame for John. I really feel for him. Potentially a driver of the day performance from him, but on his debut in the series, Veloce Surprise takes the victory. 25 points in his pocket ahead of Formula Danny in second. He gets 18 points, extends his championship advantage by a further 3 points. Sally did the best he could to limit the damage in third. John Isa Harris, as I said, in fourth position. Tom 97 HD was fifth with 10 World Championship points. Saunch was sixth, 8 points for him. Primero was seventh on the day. Veloce James had a nightmare. He even took a flight out of the city and landed again and picked up 4 points. Photon ended the race in ninth, and 10th was Niren. Here's the Drivers' Championship. Formula Danny on top with 175 points at the moment. Sally Siltunk 7 points now behind in second. Veloce James in third with 143 points. Veloce Alonso at 142. Those two are dropping out of the title race at the moment. Photon is having a nightmare few races. 119 points. He's well behind now. He's no longer in the title hunt. Tiamat Marek, he's sixth on 90 points, also not in good form. Tom is gaining rapidly on 86 points. Tom Storm Lartelo is 8th with 66 points. Then it's 59 points for Primero in 9th, and Alexander Donadin rounds out the top 10 on 35. Jack Brembo McConnell is next in 11th place. Arava's got 25 points, as does Josh. In one race he's equalled Arava's points total for the whole season with his win. Joe Eternal Wilkes is 14th with 23 points. Then John Isa Harris and Niren both have 14 in 15th and 16th position.